Hello everyone and welcome back to Nani Nakama. Today's video is called Summer Heat and Hillsides and it's a TsukiYamaKageHina one-shot. It has mostly fluff but also her comfort. I hope you're excited, as am I, and now let's go! Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video. Tsukishima groaned quietly as they followed the path over another, increasingly steep hillside. He was exhausted by now, and the sun burning down on them didn't help. It almost felt like it tried to burn away the sunscreen he had so diligently applied, and luckily forced his idiot boyfriends into applying as well. Said idiots were bickering a few meters ahead of them with an amount of energy that was frankly unholy for how long they had been out here. This was supposedly an easy track, though considering Hinata had picked it in his typical enthusiasm, that could mean close to anything. Yet, he did feel a rush of relief as he saw the tree-covered path ahead. Although still a bit steep and narrow, soon they'd have shade. Hey, wait up! One glance back told him that Yamaguchi did not at all appreciate the sun or the increased difficulty the higher they got. He offered a hand to him, the other gladly accepted, while hoping the other two had heard his calling. A tired smile spread on the greenhead's lips as he observed them. Tadashi! Come on, it's so beautiful over here! Tsukishima looked at the spiker a little aghast as he saw him practically buzzing with energy. It should not be possible, and yet his eyes get caught on the bright smile and his brown eyes now speckled with bits of sunlight where it filtered through the leaves. The mild winds played with the orange curls and the gold light added a warm, almost glowing nature to the image. Hinata was undeniably gorgeous, especially when partially caught in sunlight. A small snicker pulled him from his thoughts, and he felt his cheeks warm as he noticed that Yamaguchi caught him staring. He grabbed onto his hand and led him toward the others. Come on, our angel's waiting. Embarrassed, Tsukishima mumbled something under his breath, but didn't flat out deny the implications. It got that much harder to think clearly when they finally caught up to the others where they gathered around a small stream to refill their water bottles. Kageyama had poured some of the water over his head due to the heat, which really shouldn't have made him more attractive, but it did, and Tsukishima cursed internally. It didn't help that upon noticing his gaze, the blue eyes turned on him and the setter cocked his head to the side ever so slightly in confusion. Everything alright, Kay? He groaned and Yamaguchi next to him chuckled again. Allow me to translate, Tobio. He is very attracted to you right now. You look beautiful like this. The blush that now crept up Kageyama's face made it undoubtedly worse. Shut up, Yamaguchi. What? I'm only saying the truth. He tried to look innocent, but not only did Tsukishima know him far too well for that, it was also not as effective anymore since he dyed his hair and got his lip piercing, which only emphasized his knowing grin now. As much as he tried not to let it show when teased about it, Tsukishima knew that in terms of attractiveness, his boyfriends must be on top of the list. Each and every one of them was annoyingly handsome. Hinata laughed at the exchange before handing him a freshly filled water bottle. Don't worry, Kay. We know you love us, and we love you too. He did not dignify that with a response, but gladly accepted the water. Should we go a little higher or take the next one down? You want to go higher? Yeah, I heard there... Not a chance, Joe. I'm done. Exhausted. I'll be glad if I make it back alive at this point. The smaller middle blocker rolled his eyes. Quit being so dramatic, Kay. Yeah, only I'm allowed to complain like that. You are all athletes. You're killing me with this. Kageyama's brows furrowed a little in concern, coaxing Yamaguchi to give a reassuring smile and gently nudge his side. They all looked expectantly and a little exhausted at Hinata, who relented with a sigh. Fine, but next time we'll go to the top. Maybe if next time you don't pick like the hottest day of the year. It's not. Besides, I thought sunshine was a good weather for hiking. Not if it's trying to burn us alive. Their banter continued as they finally followed the path downwards again. It was much more comfortable and he couldn't wait until... Suddenly, a yell from behind them interrupted their argument, and for the first time since they had embarked on this journey, an ice-cold sensation washed over Tsukishima as he recognized Yamaguchi's voice. He turned around in a heartbeat and felt a first wave of relief as he saw that Kageyama, who apparently had let himself fall back to walk with the green-haired, had caught him by his arm. They weren't walking alongside a cliff anymore, but the hillside to their right was still quite a steep fall, with many rocks and branches to get caught on. Tadashi? Are you okay? They quickly turned around to meet the other two halfway. Yamaguchi nodded slowly, but when Kageyama tried to help him to his feet, he hissed. Wait, hold still. With quick steps, the blonde closed the distance between them and kneeled before him. He gently removed Yamaguchi's hands where they were clutching his ankle and inspected it. A small bloody cut among a few other scratches tainted his skin and had already begun to swell a little. Quickly he pulled the first aid kit from his backpack, disinfected the cut, earning him another hiss from the other, applied a band-aid and secured a cooling compress to it with some bandages. He was careful to wrap it in a piece of fabric beforehand. Yamaguchi observed him a bit skeptically as he smiled through the pain. Isn't that a bit excessive? Kageyama next to him shook his head with a serious expression. Nope, just making sure you'll be alright. Yamaguchi's smile softened and he tried to get up again, but at the first whimper, involuntarily escaping his lips, Kageyama hoisted him onto his back with what seemed to be little effort for him. He let out a yelp of surprise and automatically clung to the setter's shoulders. Wait, ain't that a little too heavy for you? The raven shook his head and proceeded down the path, as if he carried almost no additional weight at all. No, it's good training. Tsukishima rolled his eyes and tried not to pay attention to how Kageyama's muscles tense under the added weight. Show off. Huh? I said you're a show-off. Yamaguchi hid his face in the dark hair as he laughed, while Hinata chuckled openly next to them and shouted encouragements at the two. They must have made an odd sight to anyone else on their path, though luckily Tsukishima hadn't spotted any other hikers so far. Bad enough his boyfriends knew he found them attractive. When they finally arrived home, he was thoroughly exhausted. They all should have been, but instead Kageyama carried Yamaguchi effortlessly and despite his faint protest from the car to the couch, and Hinata practically skipped into the kitchen. I'll make dinner, it should take about 20 minutes. Could someone set the table? On it. At some point, Hinata alone in the kitchen would have caused all the alarm bells in Tsukishima's head to go off. And not without reason when he thought back to the high school years, but turns out volleyball wasn't the only thing this spiker learned in Brazil. The blonde managed to organize a glass of water for him and Yamaguchi before collapsing next to the couch the other had been placed on. The traitor that he was, Yamaguchi chuckled at that, but at the same time reached out to conciliatorily play with his hair and soothingly scratch over his scalp. Exhausted. Very. He looked up at him and felt a pleasant warmth spread within his heart at the soft smile the other offered. He took his hand from where it rested on his head and brought it to his lips to press a tender kiss to his fingers, the back, and finally, as he turned it around slightly, the soft spot at his wrist. When he looked up again, he finally saw a delicate blush spread over Yamaguchi's cheeks that couldn't be explained away by the heat from before. I love you, Tadashi. Who's the show off now? Tsukishima chuckled. It was cut short when the other leaned down and silenced him with a kiss. I love you too, Kei. They remained like this until it was time for dinner. And this time, with renewed energy, it was Tsukishima who helped Yamaguchi to the table. They enjoyed Brazilian cuisine while listening to Hinata's utterly exaggerated version of today's event. Soon they lay all cuddled up in bed, out like a light after the hike. Hinata fell asleep first, and Tsukishima marveled once more how someone so small and vulnerable now could hold the energy of 1,000 suns just underneath the surface and have a heart shining just as brightly to match. He pulled the smaller closer and pressed a kiss to its orange curls before slipping away into sleep as well. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed this little fluff, little bit her comfort one shot. If so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It would really help this channel out so much, and tell me that you want to see more of this. Furthermore, there is a pinned comment under this video under which you please, if you want, tell me your favorite quote and or moment of this story, and obviously tell me in the comments what you thought. It would be much appreciated. Also, you can submit requests via a request form that is linked below in the video description. Special thanks as always goes out to my neckos, especially Anya and Izzy Dizzy who just joined. Thank you so much. You help this channel out a ton, really. I appreciate it more than words can tell. Thank you. Here are my other social media, and here's more content. I heard it's really good. Check it out if you like, and now have a wonderful and amazing day. Another video will come out probably tomorrow.
Grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.